going?
What's up, Mom?
Is this your first?
Oh, and your Q people too. God bless. Where we go one, we go all.
Do you mind if I talk to you?
Oh, not at all,
Okay.
ma'am. Not at all.
What's your name?
My name is Ryan.
Ryan, another Ryan. I just met a Ryan. Where are you from, Ryan?
About 500 yards that way.
Oh, seriously?
Yes, ma'am. I live right over there.
Oh my gosh! Did you walk here?
I did.
You could have.
I could have. Yeah, I wasn't. I have a chair and I wasn't sure.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
have like a chair and umbrella.
Yeah,
and stuff.
gotcha.
I have to go get it. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yes,
So, tell me your Q story.
My Q story.
Like how you found Q, or
Okay, so originally it's funny because I've actually been involved in a bunch of Q topics for decades before Q.
okay, like conspiracy theories,
Well,
whatever.
I
kind
had
of.
my first website ordered down by the state of Arizona exposing corrupt judges who kidnap children from their families in 2010.
Oh,
It's still a
wow.
standing order. The state of Arizona ordered down my Facebook pages exposing judges and CPS workers who kidnap, rape, and murder American children. I've had dozens of pages banned. I've had dozens of Twitter accounts banned.
I love you.
I was the first person I ever knew who had a book banned by Amazon. I still might put it out. It's called Coronavirus Chaos, but I'm going to put it on small indie publishers now. But I've been involved in a bunch of things that are Q topics long before Q.
Gotcha.
And the first person who told me about Q, just a month or two after it started, it was a girl I was dating who was into it. And she said, I'm starting to think you're a shill because you know so much about all these Q topics, but you don't know what Q is. And she turned me on to Q, and within a month, I was more into Q than she was.
Gotcha.
And,
Because you're like, Q just really puts it all together and says, hey, it is all connected.
It does, exactly. And I had actually, it's funny because big time for me, it's the child sex trafficking. I've been fighting that for decades.
So how did you get into that? How did you learn about that?
My own child was kidnapped from me. I call it that. I have no criminal record. He was taken by the state. I had to go years without seeing him. Now, it was just given to his mother, but I don't think that any parent who has never been accused of hurting a child, who doesn't have a criminal record, who loves and wants to be a part of their child's life, should have to go without seeing their child.
Yeah.
And in fact, I'm working hard to get my child here right now fighting with this stuff. And when I started doing that, I started going to parental rights groups.
Oh.
And I met a bunch of parents who had gone through other routes, had their children kidnapped, CPS, et cetera, et cetera.
Wow, this is an interesting story.
Yeah, and so I got very involved in fighting child sex trafficking and
because of these
kidnapping.
meetings and then
Yep.
listening to other people's stories.
Oh God, people have pictures of their own children they found being poured out.
Like on social media?
On what was it? The one that used to be, they killed it. Backpage or something. I'm forgetting now. It's
I don't
confused.
know.
But and Craigslist, people found pictures of their own children being rented after the government seized them and hoard out on those. And it just broke my heart, shattered me. And then I started. I'm a researcher. I'm also like a Q person. I'm a rebel. I've always been a researcher. I'm a writer. And so I started researching these subjects.
So you question things.
I question things. And this is going back about 13 years. And over the years, I got really involved in parental rights. And the more you're in that, you start learning about everything about the adrenochrome, government kidnapping.
So did you learn about adrenochrome before Q?
I knew what it was. To be honest, I didn't believe it.
But you had heard of it?
I heard of it.
Wow.
I didn't believe it. Well, I believed it existed. I didn't believe there was an industry.
That it was like a huge thing.
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah. And so that was a big thing. I also, and again, another thing that could make me kind of a shill, but I'm not. But when I was young, I went some of those routes. When I was a teenager, for a brief period, I was a heavy metal Satanist person, but because I was a reader, I read all the books, got into it. Then I had a near-death experience, and I found God. And then, trying to go the other way, I went up some of the other routes I shouldn't. I joined the Rosicrucian Order for a while. Didn't technically join the Golden Dawn, but I got involved with it for a while. But all of them, I was
But you were searching for truth, it sounds like. You were always searching for something.
Exactly, and I was trying to find out. And when I died, God put me on a mission. I was shown a mission in heaven when I died. And I was told that I was here to fight perversions of empathy. And I didn't know what that meant at the time.
Okay.
And I now know that means communism, socialism, feminism, and organizations that say they're going to help children. What all of those things do is they use goodness in people, the goodness of the West, our desire to love women and help children, and they turned it into like a cancerous disease that destroys our society from within and does more damage than the very things you think are helping.
I love that.
Yes, ma'am.
So perversion of empathy. That's exactly what it was. And I always say they use our or kindness and tolerance
It's
against
exactly
us.
it. They turn
But
it
that
into a
sounds
cancer.
better.
Yeah.
Perversion of empathy. That's really
The way I say it is, so contrary to most people's belief, in Western civilization, we have treated women better than men for centuries.
Yes.
They've had longer life expectancies, better schooling, better health care, better food, less victims of violent crime, less victims of war crime, had to work jobs that weren't as deadly. But what they did, the Marxists, is they realized that that could be a weakness. That we were so obsessed, and we're also not racist. So they found out, okay, we all want to love women and children in the West. We don't want to be racist. So then they're going to run around, call us those things, getting us to overreact, and then it's like a hack. It's literally like a Trojan horse hack to the Western mind. They pervert our empathy and turn it into darkness.
Wow, you do need to be out there talking and
Yes,
sharing that
ma'am.
message, because it's when people hear it, the way you explain it, it makes so much sense.
Perversion of Empathy is
Yeah.
a book I'm working on.
Good. Well, good for you. So you are a writer.
Oh, I'm a writer. Yes, ma'am. I write under different pen names. I just tried to put one out under the name Frederick Polak that was exposing the scams and what's really responsible for coronavirus, and Amazon banned it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that what you do for a living? Do you write for? Okay,
But I
that's
will
just a
keep that-
hobby right now.
Let's just say I'm in IT, and we'll leave it
Okay.
at that because
Yeah.
it is what it is.
Yeah. Wow. Ryan, it was really nice to meet
Well,
you.
ma'am, God bless.
Can I find you on social media or not really?
I'm only his man on.
Okay. Awesome. Well, you can find me.
Christian and live. I don't put it on.
Okay. Here's my card.
Thank you. I definitely will.
I'm on YouTube Live right now.
Nice,
So
nice.
you name and
I used to. Are you still recording?
yeah.